You rejoin me in my attempt at crossing Ontario, Canada in a completely straight line. In the last episode, I set off from the shore of Lake Erie and made my way through roads, fields, and farmyards, all while sticking within the 25-meter limits of my line. To this point, I have traveled 11 kilometers and now find myself changing my GoPro case in the middle of this field. While my head is down, I hear the worst sound imaginable in my situation. There's a fucking cop. I got pulled over. I can't even begin to describe the mix of emotions I was feeling at this moment. Mainly disappointment at having to leave the line, but also genuine fear over what would happen next. Fuck me. I just hope I don't get arrested or something. I made my way over to the police car parked on the road adjacent to this field. As I got closer, the officer got out of the car and stood waiting behind the hood. And it wasn't just any policeman either, it was an OPP officer. Hey, it's me, live and in person. Just wanted to stop the video here and tell you why you're looking at my pants for these next few clips. Basically, I was standing out in the middle of this field in the process of changing the case on my GoPro since it looked like it was about to rain and I didn't want it to get wet. So I had the entire headpiece in my hands, and then at the same time the cop pulls up. So I sort of quickly started recording and held it by my side and walked over since I didn't want to put it back on my head and readjust it and make it obvious I was recording the guy to piss him off even more. So you can still hear what I'm saying, and I did sneak in a few cheeky shots of him when he wasn't looking. But anyways, I'll let you get back to the video. Hello. Good, how are you? Right. This is going to sound really weird, but I'm actually attempting a Guinness World Record of crossing Ontario in a completely straight line. So I started in Lake Erie and I'm ending up in Lake Sinclair. My intentions are just to get this record done, and I didn't want to offend anybody or upset anyone. Obviously, I didn't want anything like this to happen, so I really apologize. I then proceeded to explain my mission in more detail to the cop, making it clear I meant no harm to anyone and was doing my best to stay unnoticed and respectful. I just thought this would be the best time of year to do it because there'd be no crops, and I did get a few people's permission. I made sure no one has said no. I did call one person and ask if it was okay for me to cross their farm after finding their phone number online, and they were totally okay with it. But the next people I called hung up on me, so I got kind of spooked and stopped calling people, but I wasn't going to tell them this either. Everyone that I went through and made sure that they gave me permission, they wished me the best of luck, so unfortunately I guess some people didn't have the same opinion, so yeah. What's your name, friend? He then asked me for all my personal details, presumably to make a record of what I had done, and check his computer to make sure I wasn't some crazy psycho on the loose. He was also quite intrigued with my mission. So, where are you sleeping and stuff? I actually have a tent, set up on a campground that's about, 10 kilometers down that way. Okay, it wasn't exactly a campsite, but I wasn't about to tell him I was sleeping in a forest behind some random guy's farm. So I've got my food for the day and everything, and then I was planning on tenting there and then continuing on the next day. So it would take me around just over 24 hours. Okay. He then gave me his final verdict. So, you've got goals and stuff. Yeah. You're going to have to figure out a way that you can't just walk across people's property. I understand. You're just going to have to keep off of people's property. So I know you want to stay in front in a straight line, yeah. But there's going to be times that you don't have people's property. I understand, yeah. You're going to have to stay on the public road. Okay. Okay? All right. Sound fair? Yeah, that sounds totally fair. Good luck. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. Take care. Take care. And so, after 11.3 kilometers of quality straight line missioning, I was busted. Walking up to the road to speak with the policeman had taken me a painful 145 meters from my line. And after the cop drove off, I was left standing on the side of the road reflecting on what had just happened. Well, I just got pulled over. Well, police officer was driving up this road, and I was out in the middle of that field, and he just kind of blared his sirens and then waved me over, and then I went over, and he just said he's got had some complaints about from people that I was trespassing in their property, and told me that I can't be doing that. I kind of explained the mission to him. He seemed okay, he seemed reasonable. I think he kind of respected what I was trying to do, but he told me if I wanted to continue, I just can't be going on people's property. So if I get caught again, he took my details So if someone else calls in and it's the same person, then I might get a ticket or even worse. So, well, I'm just gonna take this in and figure out what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's basically what happened.
So at this point I had a decision to make. On the one hand, the mission took a lot of planning and preparation, and I figured, what the hell, I'll just go back in the field and keep going and just be more careful not to get caught again. And if I had been within 25 meters of the line when I got pulled over, there is a chance I would have done this, as stupid as that sounds. But since I went so far off the line, I thought it would be best to stay cautious for the next little while, and so that's how I made this decision.
Well, after some thought, I think I've decided I'm gonna continue on, but in a modified fashion where I'm sticking mostly to the roads.
Or so I thought at the time.
I can't stay here. I'm gonna get in so much shit.
But before the straight line madness would resume, my disappointment shifted to anger.
To whoever called into the cops and told on me, I hope you're happy. You're solving the world's problems. I hope you feel much safer now. Actually, I have a feeling it's that woman in that Mini Cooper. She drove by me once or twice now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hallucinating, but...
No, my friend, you are not hallucinating. Remember that car that was doing a U-turn a few clips ago?
That little Fiat's been kind of circling around.
Yep, that's the same one that just drove by me. So now I'm starting to put the pieces together.
Man, I wonder who it was. I have a feeling it was that one house that I walked right up to. They had a view of me crossing their entire field. Then I walked right around. And that woman too that was driving around in the white Fiat. It was 100% her now that I think about it. Because when I was changing my GoPro battery, I was on the side of the road and I saw this Fiat kind of just parked there, and I didn't really think anything of it. But then I saw her do a U-turn and then drive off. So I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know why she stopped and then did a U-turn and left. And then right after the police officer pulled me over and I started walking, she drove by again, the same exact car. And there was a woman in there. You know, I don't want to name any names, but if she had a name, it'd probably be Karen. I'm probably overthinking it, but I think it was her. Yeah, to the Karen in the white Fiat. I hope you're happy. I'm walking on the path now just for you. Oh, God.
The next POI along my line was a small locality called North Ridge, and funnily enough, an ice cream shop that was directly on the line. My plan was to stop there, have something to eat, regroup, and then set off to my camp spot. Since I was hot off a police encounter, I decided to let things cool off before attempting any more straight line shenanigans by walking along roads until reaching the town.
We hate you, Karen. Come on. We hate you, Karen. We do. Louder for the ones in the back. We hate you, Karen. We do. Oh, Karen, we hate you. Highway 3. How busy are thee?
Luckily, the answer was not too busy.
Get arrested for jaywalking. Excuse me, sir. You're not meant to be crossing there. Thinking to myself, actually, I think I made the right decision in not going right back out to the line after that cop drove away, because if it was that woman in the white car and she drove by again and I was back in the middle of the field, she would have just phoned the police right back up, and that dude would have turned around and came right down, and then that really would have been that. I'm just making my way over now to funnily enough, there's an ice cream shack directly on the line. I was jokingly planning on getting a celebratory ice cream for marking the halfway point of the journey. Well, a little bit more than half. It's probably around 35 more minutes on foot from here. So I'm gonna make my way there, probably finish the rest of my lunch, carry on to that camp spot, camp out, And then tomorrow morning I plan on continuing the rest of this thing on a straight line.
After zigzagging my way along the roads near my line, I arrived at the ice cream place.
There it is, Dairy Freeze. Back on my line.
The benches at the back of the shack were a welcome sight as I was feeling both physically and mentally fatigued from walking in the cold all day.
Here I am. Got a hot chocolate. Didn't really feel like ice cream. I'm gonna have the rest of my lunch now. Just chilling out at this, I already forgot what it's called. Out through those back fields is where I have to go, so I'm just gonna take my time and eat here. All right, lunch done. I feel a little well rested. Well, a little better rested. And I'm just gonna continue on down the line this way. See what happens. 9 kilometers to the camp spot, so quite a ways to go, to be honest. Probably take around 2.5 hours, and then I'll get there about an hour before sunset, set up camp, and then honestly go to bed, get up early to get the rest of the route done, and that's that.
After sneaking out the back of the ice cream shack, I made my way onto the road where I continued to zigzag as close to the line as possible without trespassing. This continued for a couple of kilometers until I felt like starting to take some shortcuts again.
I'm back on my line again, and I'll wait for that car to pass, but basically there's a road cutting across this way, so I think I'm just gonna cut through this field right here.
For the first time since the cop incident, I was back in the fields. I was a little paranoid about getting caught again, but I was also too tired to bother walking all the way around, so I decided I was willing to take the risk, especially since the cars passing on the adjacent roads were few and far between.
Well, there's another road up there parallel with this one, so I'm just gonna go for it. Don't really feel like walking all the way around. This dude in that pickup truck that lives there just pulled away. Now he's kind of circling around, so I don't know. I really hope he doesn't call anyone. I hope he didn't see me. The other road's just up there, so I would give it a little jog, but I'm already kind of dead, so it's a never-ending field. It's actually pretty much on the line now. This is the field I would have been coming down. Just didn't want to go all the way around on the road, so. And then there's another road that I can just follow for a few kilometers, and I'm close to my camp spot. So, like I said, the rest of today is just getting to that camp spot as close to the line as I can without getting stopped again, or risking it anyways. And then tomorrow we'll see. It's a new day, but for now I'm trying to keep it low-key, you know.
Don't kid yourself there, buddy. Standing in the middle of an empty cornfield isn't exactly low-key. The next 3 kilometers would be, however, as I'd be walking down this road directly parallel to the line and only about 60 meters off to the right. But no field crossing is complete without a good old ditch.
Oh god, I gotta get through this though. Some rocks right here. Alright, it's time to jump. Hopefully I don't get stuck when I'm about to jump. There we go. And I'm on the road again. And there's Lakeshore Road that I gotta take to get to the camp spot. So
My time on said Lakeshore Road was fairly uneventful, bar this abandoned railway track I had to pass.
coming up to an abandoned railway crossing here. The kid that just went down it on a scooter. It's kind of cool. Oh, the rails are gone, obviously. Yeah. On we go.
And then this strange interaction happened.
Missed that bit there, but that truck just pulled up beside me and asked me if I was all good, and I was like, yeah, I'm just on a hike. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I thought you were our son. I was wondering what he was doing out here. So I guess I'm not the only adventurer in town. I'm just coming up to the end of this road here. Then I've got a few more kilometers to go, but my campsite's in the woods just behind that tree over there. So really starting to feel it now in the legs. It's been a lot of walking today. I mean, over 20 kilometers of walking through tough terrain. So really looking forward to getting over there. Hopefully my stash is still there and just setting up camp for the night. So slowly but surely making my way over.
After reaching the end of this road, I was faced with a dilemma. If I wanted to stick to the roads to keep a low profile, I would have to walk an extra 4 kilometers to get back to my line, which would have meant further exhaustion and getting to the camp spot after sunset. If I wanted to cut across this field, however, I would be in plain view of a dozen or so farmhouses, which meant a high risk of getting caught. Luckily, as I approached the closest of these houses, I spotted a man outside tending to his front lawn.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Got a strange request. I'm trying to get from Lake Erie to Lake St. Clair. I'm doing a hike across Ontario, basically. So I'm looking for the quickest way to get there. And I'm wondering whether I could just go through this field if this is yours, or whether you'd like me to go around.
I don't care if you go through it or not. It's going to be pretty muddy.
Yeah, I don't mind the mud. I just, just trying to get there as quick as possible, so.
He then gave me perhaps one too many options for getting to the lake.
You might be better going down there.
Right.
What you're going to want to do is, if you get up there to 42,
Right.
or 46, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little ways down there, though. Actually, if you were to go this way,
Yeah.
to the dirt road,
Yeah, and then right.
and then that dirt road goes, let me just think about this, that dirt road goes there. It'll take you right to the lake, all thing.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
In the end, we settled for the most direct route of them all, right out the back of the field.
Well, that makes things easier.
In all seriousness though, this guy was awesome and really keen on helping, so shout out to him.
See, some people are nice, And wouldn't you know it, I'm right back on my line. I guess it wasn't long before I was back on the fields, hey? Here we are. Cornfields. Kind of missed backyard bonanza though, I must say.
I made my way across the field with the peace of mind knowing I had been given permission to do so, and halfway across was another pesky drainage ditch.
This little ditch. Luckily there's a bridge right here, so I'm gonna make use of that.
I was now on the other half of this field, which most likely had a different owner. I tried my best to split the two houses in front of me on my way back onto the road.
Okay, it's not bad. Could be worse. Could be better. Time to hop again.
I was now ready to cross the last full field before getting to my camp spot. I would be able to walk this kilometer or so on my line and up against a row of trees, where my camo outfit would help me blend in quite well.
Just hugging the side of this for cover. Got that road behind me, and then one more road up ahead. And then it's the woods with the camp spot. Yeah, the sun's poking out again. Just about. Almost through this last field. Ways behind me. Those are the woods right there. Coming up to the last road here. There's the woods right back there. You can hear the highway from here. That's just on the other side of those woods. Really don't want to be seen now. Just want to walk in there nice and peacefully. No one sees me. Set up camp for the afternoon and relax, because I'm really feeling dead now. Doesn't look like a very busy road. Oh, last little mini river to cross. Oh my god. I could probably use these branches over here actually, if it's not that deep. I don't know, maybe that's kind of stupid actually. Nah, that's going down. Gonna have to jump again. Fuck, there's someone over there too. I need to get across. Here we go. There we go. Up, up, up. And get across this field.
I was now on my last push to get to the trees in front of me where I was planning to set up camp. There was a woman walking her dog down the road I had just crossed as well, which worried me a bit, but I was too tired to really care.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it, man. This was a lot to walk in one day, that's for sure. But I did it. Makes the second day so much easier. Probably gonna be really sore in the morning though. Over this little hill. Whew. Now I just gotta hope my stuff's still there. Gotta find a nice little flat and dry spot here to camp. There's one up past this little hill up here. Right where I put the stuff. I'm exhausted. Starting to get sweaty too. Need to take some of these layers off. Alright, this is the little spot I plan to camp. Right here. Sort of in view of those houses, but I mean, once it gets dark, no one will see me anyways. Can't really see me from those directions either. Is my stuff still here? That's the question. There it is. Nice.
And finally, I arrived at my campsite in this small patch of trees after a long and tiring trek. I had traveled just under 25 kilometers on the day through a variety of difficult terrains in the chilly Canadian weather. Most of this was done in a straight line, as you can see from my GPS track, the major detour being caused by my unfortunate encounter with the police officer earlier in the day. The route for day 2 looked to be just as exciting, with a major highway, marshland, train tracks, and several residential neighborhoods all standing between me and the shoreline of Lake St. Clair just 8 kilometers away. But for now, it was time to get ready for a solo night in the woods.
My tent set up. I'm all ready for the night. Basic setup, sleeping bag, whatever. Man, I'm tired. Cooking up some camping food. We got pasta Alfredo coming up. There's the tent setup. A little background of what it looks like around here. Just this little trail at the back end of this farm. Oh fuck, my shoes are soaked now. Oh shit, there's a car that stopped over there. It's a fucking police officer. Oh god.